The first thing I must announce to you in this place on today, people of God, is I must announce and let you know that you are not a grasshopper. You are a giant slayer. And so I did this at the 8 a.m. experience, and I must do it again right now with the 10:15 experience. I have to have a moment of identification, because when I start riding out, I want to make sure I got the right people in the car who need to be with me. So there was a song that came out a few months ago to those of you who are not too spiritual, who live next door to Jesus, who can be in agreement with me. The song that simply said, my hitters, my hitters, my hitters. John, Rod, Marvin, and all my men are my hitters. Let me find my hitters in this place on today. If you are going to ride with me in this season to a turnaround, I just want you to just say, I'm past hitter. I'm past hitter. See, everybody didn't say it because everybody ain't a hitter. What do you mean, I'm a hitter? I'm a hitter because in this season, I need to hit every area of my life that I've had doubt in. Doubt is the alternative to faith. I want to make sure that we're very cautious and cognizant in this season that we don't connect to unbelieving people. We have to understand the power of agreement, and as we touch and agree with those that we're connected to, I'm going to tell you in just a moment that there's nothing that God cannot do. Right here in this text in Numbers chapter 13, verse 33, and I didn't give you my title, but you can write it down. It's today's discussion is going to talk about turn speaking, amen. So we see right here in Numbers 13, verse 33, how Joshua and Caleb sent 2 men into the promised land to spy it out before they actually went in. Listen. Before they came back with the report, they actually saw the promise. They saw a land that was plenteous, filled with grapes that were bigger than their head. And they saw a land full of opportunities. They saw a land that once the people got in that land, there would be no unemployment in that land. They saw a land that was full of resources. They saw a land that was full of opportunities. And the reason why I have to preach this today is because I believe if all of us can get into that land, there'll be no room for hate. Because when the whole family is blessed, we'll celebrate each other and not talk about one another. Somebody say, we're headed to that land. We're headed to that land. Now do me a favor, look at your neighbor and say, I'm going to that land. I'm going to that land. And you coming with me. They may fight you, they may crawl against you, they may talk about you, but come hell or high water, I'm dragging my bloodline into that land. We're coming out of sickness, we're coming out of dysfunction, we're coming out of illiteracy. We're going into that land that God has destined for our lives before the foundations of the earth. But I've been assigned to give you the strategy of how not to forfeit your promise like these men did before they went into the land. For those of you who are familiar with Bible history and you understand Bible context, this was a place of Kadesh Barnea where the children of Israel came out of oppression for years of being institutionalized by a system that was not destined for them to be in by God. And so it was at this place, I want you to hear me now, it was at this place where they had to go and see what they've never seen before to bring a report back to Joshua and Caleb so they can strategize a vision plan, a vision Sunday. Hold on. Y'all don't hear me in this place today. So they can formulate a vision, strategy, and plan, because if you don't have a plan before you get there, it is possible that you can go into the land, but you will still be going around in circles. What is your family or your marriage's financial plan for 2016? If you don't write a plan out, then not having a plan named a budget will give you more money, but your money will not work for you. Your money will work against you. So they come back with this report. They said, we see that the land is good, opportunity, but there are giants in the land. Somebody say giants.
Giants.
Giants in the land. The giants were the descendants of Anak. They were giants who were well over 10 feet. These were the giants that part of Goliath also came from. The giant that you see in Numbers 13 is the same giant you saw in 1 Samuel chapter number 17, or 1 Samuel chapter 18, because David had to fight against the Philistine giant named Goliath, who was actually antagonizing God's people. How do you know that when God's ready to take you into your plan, your place of promise, he has to first give you peace? He has to first slay the giants that's been antagonizing you, because if he don't kill them, they will lure you back into what he's bringing you out of. So David had to fight a giant before the people he was leading could go into their place of promise. My question today is, what is your current giant? Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. What are your current giants? Do you have financial giants? Do you have solical, mind, will, and emotional giants? Do you have relational giants? Do you have health conditions that are coming in the form of giants? Do you have career giants? It doesn't matter what your giant may be. I want to tell you, just like David, the bigger the giant, the bigger your faith. So there are three things. I want you to get these, J-Mitch. Keep it with you forever for wherever God carries you in your career. Three things that build organizations. When I say organizations, I'm talking about your marriage, your family, businesses, and ministries. The first thing that builds your organization are vertically connected conversations. When you see the picture of the cross, it has two axes. It has a vertical axis and it has a horizontal axis. Now, I want you to take this thing right here, and I want to blow up social media with this one. We got to go viral with this one. The cross represents our heavenly conversations with God, our heavenly relationships with God, and it represents our horizontal conversations with people and our horizontal relationships with people. On the cross, notice the vertical axis is longer than the horizontal axis.
Come on now.
Which goes to show you got to be careful to not make people more priority than God.
That's right.
Okay, can I show you what else it showed me? Don't have longer conversations with people than you have private conversations with God. You with me? So if I want to grow my marriage, my family, my business, I'm mess with every woman in here. Because there is power in your people. Your prayer. You want that women say here. You got power in prayer. It's hard to come to church and you get all this work. God filling you up. But your husband at home right now, no disrespect to me, and I'm not dog, I'm a man myself. You better believe I be having something I want to lay on the sofa. But man shall not live by bread alone. But every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. See, it's not talking about reading the word, but whatever God is speaking in that moment. See, I want you to get this one. It's hard to have a marriage that thrives when you're the only recipient of the word. Because what happens is you will eventually outgrow each other and you will become incompatible in your faith life. So here you are believing God for massive, but your spouse is believing God for minimum. Lord, I just want to make it through the month. Lord, I just want to pay these bills. Lord, I just want to get out of this. Lord, no. I'm not believing for God to help me pay the bills this month. I'm believing that God's about to bless me so financially. I'm not even thinking about bills no more. I'm thinking about how can I set up Roth already